Oh, kia ora e hoa. Haere mai, come and join me. Can you hear the wind outside your house? It's really windy outside my house today, so I thought this would be a really good book. Īhaka and the Unexpected Visitor. It's by Kirsty Wadsworth, illustrated by Wiapara. And it's the winner of the Storyline's Joy Cowley Award. Would you like to hear this story? It has Tāwhirimātea, the god of the weather, in it. Well, let's begin. Īhaka had lots of visitors at his house. His nan and koro would visit. His auntie would visit. Sometimes his friend Mason would visit. Then one day, Īhaka had a very unexpected visitor. The week had started like any other. Īhaka arrived home from school to find his mum in the back garden digging kumara, and before he had even taken off his school bag, there was a booming knock at the door. "I wonder who that is," said Īhaka, and he ran through the house and opened the front door. With a loud whoosh and a tremendous whirl of wind, Tāwhirimātea swept in. He set the curtains billowing, the doors banging, and the plates rattling. He blew through the whole house before stopping in front of Īhaka. "Kia ora, young Īhaka," he bellowed. "Thank you for letting me in." "Tāwhirimātea," Īhaka gasped. "What on earth are you doing visiting my house?" The guardian of wind and storms let out an enormous laugh that turned into a gale. It whistled through the house, chilling Īhaka and scaring the cat. "I have a problem, e tama. Maybe you can help me." Īhaka's eyes widened. "Me?" "Yes, you." Tāwhirimātea sighed an enormous sigh. Īhaka had to hold onto the kitchen door so he wasn't blown away by the sudden rush of air. "One of my clouds has gone missing, e tama. I think it scurried down here while I was having a kōrero with the Matariki sisters. I don't know where it's gone, but I need it back for the big rainstorm I'm planning for tonight. I think it came this way. Will you help me find it, e hoa?" Īhaka stood up as straight and tall as he could. "Ai mātua, I'm your man." "Ka pai, good lad." Tāwhirimātea's rumbling laugh sent the poor cat scampering back down the hallway. "Let's go then." "Tai ho, wait." Īhaka dressed warmly and ran outside to the back garden. "Mum, can I please go and help Tāwhirimātea find his lost cloud? We'll be careful." "Tāwhirimātea?" Īhaka's mother looked up from her digging and laughed. "Lost a cloud, has he? All right, you can go as far as the park, okay?" "Okay, thanks, Mum." Īhaka dashed back to Tāwhirimātea, and their search began. The first place they stopped was at the bank of a rushing river down the road. "Tangaroa," Tāwhirimātea rumbled. "Have you seen my lost cloud?" Tangaroa, the guardian of oceans, rivers and their creatures, rose up from the water and shook his head so fast that spray flew everywhere, drenching Īhaka. "Kau e hoa. I have only seen the sun dancing through the water and my fish flying through the rocks." Wow. The next place they checked was where a mighty purere tree stood in the park. "Tāne, have you seen my lost cloud?" Tāwhirimātea bellowed. Tāne, the guardian of the forests and birds, shook his great branches and stepped out of the tree. "Kau e hoa. I have only seen my leaves waving at the sky and birds slipping through my branches. The last place they looked was the enormous rock that stood at the edge of the park. Ruaumoko, have you seen my lost cloud? Tāwhirimātea hollered. Ruaumoko, the guardian of earthquakes and volcanoes, rose out from behind the rock, making the earth tremble beneath his feet. Kau e hoa, I have only seen glistening snow-capped mountains and my rocks rolling along the quaking ground. Disappointed, they wandered back to Īhaka's house. Tāwhirimātea slumped down onto the doorstep and rested his chin in his hand. No one has seen my cloud. What am I going to do? Īhaka thought hard. He wasn't ready to give up. I know one more person we could ask, he said. She's about the smartest person I know. Tāwhirimātea leapt to his feet. Well then, e hoa, let's go. Who could it be? Īhaka led Tāwhirimātea out to the back garden. Mum, we couldn't find the cloud. Can you please help us? Īhaka's mum stood up and stared at Tāwhirimātea for a long time. She looked at Īhaka, then gazed at Tāwhirimātea again. When you said you had to help Tāwhirimātea find his cloud, Īhaka, I thought it was just a game you were playing. But now I can see that you were serious. And I think I can help. I saw something strange in the shed when I was putting the shovel away. She walked over to the garden shed where they kept all their tools and opened the door. Is this what you're looking for? Out floated a little grey blob of mist. It looked like it was crying because there were small drops of water falling from the bottom of it. E kāpua! Tāwhirimātea exclaimed as he swooped up the little cloud in his arms. Why did you leave, e hoa? We've been worried about you. The little cloud stopped crying and began to turn white. Tāwhirimātea chuckled. Ah, I see. He was chasing another cloud but got lost and ended up shut in the tool shed. It's lucky I had the help of my friend Īhaka here, or we might never have known where to look. Īhaka grinned. I'm glad we found you, little cloud. You are needed for the rainstorm tonight. E hoa, can you help me toss our cloud back into the sky? Tāwhirimātea asked Īhaka. Ai, mātua. Īhaka gently took the little cloud in his hands. It was cold and airy and very white. Ready, little kāpua? 1, 2, 3. He tossed it as high as he could, and Tāwhirimātea swooped up and lifted it the rest of the way. Thank you for your help, my friend, he called back. Ka kite anō. Haere rā, Tāwhirimātea. Haere rā, little cloud. As Īhaka lay in his bed that night, he heard the wind whistling around his house and saw the rain beating on his window pane. He snuggled under the covers, feeling happy that he had helped the little lost cloud find its way home. From that day forward, every time a visitor came, Īhaka would tell them the story of the lost cloud. Īhaka liked having visitors, but none was ever as exciting as the visit from Tāwhirimātea. And that's the end of the story. Has the weather god ever visited your house? It sounds like he's visiting mine at the moment with all the rain and the wind. How cool to be able to help find a little cloud. Did you enjoy that story? It was good, wasn't it? If you want to find out more about this story, you can visit scholastic.co.nz. And maybe next time Tāwhirimātea comes visiting your house with rain and wind, or thunder and lightning, or cold or hot weather, you'll know that it's Tāwhirimātea and everything's going to be okay. Ka kite, my friend. Thank you for coming to join me today. Let's have another story soon. Ka kite.